What's up guys, it's Mike without Reptile, back for another video today, and today we have my good friend Justin. We are doing a reptile room tour of his facility, basement, whatever you want to call it. Justin?
This is my lair that I've been working on for the last, I don't know, 4 years, and we're going to show it to you today.
Right on, let's get going.
So this is my wall of Fimbriatas and one Leachianus, but we'll get to that guy later. Little bit of history. These guys are my wild-caught original that I got 7 years ago, and they're still alive. And they're actually still breeding really well. So I have one, you see there's a male up there, he's my red male. He's kind of the father of all of these beautiful creations that we have. And then through him, and then a couple other wild-caughts that I've introduced, I have a red line that I call red zebra. That's really nice. And some really, say, exemplary geckos that look like Sakura, but they're Fimbriatas. So what that means is they're very cryptic, they're very mossy. They're like a mossy Fimbriatas is essentially what I'm going for. So through selective breeding, this is the mishmash of what we have.
Do you want to talk about their setup a little bit for people that might not know about these tails?
Tanks are 40 inches tall by 24 wide and 24 deep. And originally, like you'll see, I built them with screen sides, but it just didn't hold up the humidity. So I ended up sealing them and I restricted the top as well. You could smell, if we had smell-o-vision, it's beautiful. It smells like a rainforest. In terms of setup, leaf tails live about 2 meters off the ground and they live on branches. So because of their mossy characteristics, they blend in, they look like lichen and moss, so they hug branches. They have a beard, and what that does is it turns into a flap and diminishes shadow. So something is flying over them, or
Humans trying to find them in the tank.
Yeah, that too, yeah. Like the cork barks, good luck. It just helps to evade any sense of them being there. What I do is I create vertical branches and I plant it with dense foliage, and that really helps with humidity. Tall, better than wide in these ones, which is 40 by 24 by 24.
You provide UVB for them?
I do, yeah. So that was another thing I ran into an issue early in breeding was calcium crash. So calcium crash with Europlatus is just, I mean, it's terrible if you've ever experienced it, but the Fimbriatas especially, I think because they're bigger, they require more calcium. So in order to get proper absorption, you're gonna wanna add UV. They can use that to absorb the calcium into their bodies.
So a little bit of context for this next clip. We were holding the gecko that you guys saw in the previous clip when Justin's cat happened to walk in, and you can see the gecko's reaction. We weren't harming it. The cat was never in danger of actually getting to the gecko. This was from across the basement, and this was his reaction. It was insane.
What a reaction.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that is so great.
Oh! No, I'm not the enemy here.
Uh-oh. No, that's right. You're causing chaos. Get out. It's crazy how much their patterns change too.
Yeah, no kidding. Like it intensified so much.
In their eyes.
Okay, I don't want to stress.
They like bulge when they're doing this. Now that's a zebra straight.
I'm pretty sure this is the red line. So these are about a year old. But if you look close, they have that striped pattern as well.
Yeah.
And then there's a good green one in here.
And so if you sold these, like what is the market for these guys?
So in the States, I can sell these for like $550.
Oh wow.
US. In Canada, nobody wants to pay you that.
Yeah.
I've sold a couple. There's a couple guys in Canada who have these. Yeah, so just with these three, there's quite a bit of variance in what they look like, right? But here at CHAUK'S Exotics, we breed the best of the best.
There you go.
Our motto is if you're ugly, then get out.
I'm actually packing up my tanks to leave now. And now, what is above them?
Sakura. So these came in from Madagascar. They went through quarantine. They actually smashed food right away. They drank, they pooped. There was nothing suspicious about the poop. So after that, I just put them in these cages and they are doing well. These ones were breeding a couple weeks ago. Actually, that's a female right there. Yeah, that's essentially what we're going for with the Fimbriatas. Heavily patterned, very cryptic, top notch. These are black milk snakes. And as you can see, we have this meth lab style
barrier.
And this is to separate the reptile room from the hot and the cold. So with Fimbriatas, with these guys that live high up in the mountain ranges, things need to be cooler. The Parsons Chameleons, they like it cooler. So I have an air conditioning unit in here. That's why it looks like this. Black milks are interesting because they start off tricolor looking like a coral snake. So it helps them evade predators in the wild. And then with every shed, they get darker and darker until they turn completely black. She'll top out at about 7 feet. Apparently they're very docile when they're that big, so fingers crossed that he didn't lie to me. Because it'd be really cool to have a giant, big, black, docile snake. Okay, these are my Parsons Chameleons. So these are orange eye Parsons Chameleons. They come from Madagascar, so same environment. Different location, but whatever. These cages I built a couple years ago now to try to give them the best chance at breeding and having a similar climate to what they're used to. So these are about 6 feet tall, they're 3 feet wide, 2 feet deep. The floor is slanted like this, and then underneath there's a bucket to catch the water because these things need a lot of water and high humidity. That actually works out really well, drains into the bucket, I can drain the buckets. Another cool feature is for breeding, I made these doors that slide. So that it kind of introduces them to each other's habitat without immediately needing to force them into it. Light-wise, there's UVB, LEDs, fully planted, and then I also have a humidifier. This is Gatsby. He's my male orange eye. Wow, that sprayed.
That was juicy.
Now we are in the splash zone.
Yeah. The branch in there too.
Get it on the next chomp.
Yeah, that's a little bit of scale with Justin's hand in there.
Yeah.
Just to get some scale of how big Parsons truly are. And these guys are 4 years old, you said?
Yeah, these are 4 years old. So when I got him, he was like this big. He was small. Daisy was full grown when I got her, so I don't know how old she is. But he's at least 4.5, close to 5. She's 5, maybe 6.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit older.
Maybe even older.
Yeah, Daisy's a sweetheart though.
Alright, so here we are in Justin's second, the not Montaigne room or not Maddie room.
Yes, the warmer, we'll call it the warm side. So the first thing you see in the warm side is this bow-fronted tank that I don't do fish, I'm not a fish guy, but I have probably about 40 red-eye tadpoles right now. So I upgraded them from a little bin to this tank that just aesthetically looks a little bit nicer. So we've got red eyes on the way. This is my latest obsession. So these are Gastropholis Persina. Persina?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, please correct me because I don't speak Latin.
Nor do I, but here we are.
Okay, well, whatever, man. These are the babies. I got 6 of them that hatched out, and they're the cutest little things I've ever seen.
And when did these hatch?
These hatched yesterday. Every time I open the bin, like probably twice a day. I probably shouldn't have, but what I read online was it takes 2 months for them to hatch. So I checked them meticulously. And then yesterday I popped it open. I was like, oh my God. April 12th to June 30th. So...
Okay. 2.5 months?
Yeah, like 2.5 months.
Okay.
Feeding frenzy of scorpion geckos. So these are from, I think it's called Oman.
Yeah.
Oh man. These are the Dhofar mountain range. This is their locale. I didn't crossbreed because like, that's crazy. I feel like they're super underrated. They're not the prettiest looking gecko just because they're a little bit bland. The males have these really bright like red and orange stripes down their side with a bright yellow belly. But the behavior on these is wild compared to something you get like a leopard gecko or a crested gecko. I would say those are boring compared to these guys. They're feisty in a cute way.
How menacing he looks.
Like this is the most action you get. So this is my sweet little leopard gecko.
Was this like a classic leopard gecko story of like you got it when you were younger and It's still kicking?
No.
No?
I bought her as a breeding, part of a breeding project.
Oh,
I was
okay.
breeding tangerine tornadoes.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but this one isn't really visually a tangerine tornado. Like, it's full of spots. I think because I wanted to cross her with an albino so that I could have an albino tangerine tornado. So down low is Nigel. He's our resident Euromastix. He's been here for about 15 years.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he doesn't come out much.
Justin, what's this?
What is this? I don't know. You tell me what this is.
A red line anaconda, 100% het albino.
Wow, wow, wow.
Female, now that I've figured that out. Western hognose.
Produced by the Jungle Vault. That's crazy.
What? Yeah, like I
She
can't
is
get over that.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, that is
That's wild.
The way the pattern fades down the side, and it's like a perfect stripe at the end.
Her nickname was Cinnamon Bun with
I named her
us.
Cinnamon.
Oh, I like cinnamon bun. Okay,
It's
we'll
like
keep
a
it. We'll keep it
perfect
cinnamon bun. Gumball is a reverse Okati, scaleless corn snake, and he actually bred this year.
Crazy colors.
So Gumball will be paired eventually to this beautiful little female. So she's in shed right now, which is why she's a little bit dull. But this is a beautiful Okati. Next up is red-eye tree frogs. So I've been breeding red-eyes for 5 years now. What's been working is a 1.2, so like 1 male, 2 female. And they've bred twice recently, and this is where they live. So I've destroyed and rebuilt that cage many times. And I just planted a bunch of climbers in there, so I'm hoping they take off. Kimberley rock monitors. So this is now going to the northern part of Australia. Kimberley rocks live in arid, I guess they live in burrows too, which get humid, but hot environments. So I built these cages as well. These are like MDF. Sliding glass doors, nice background. They hold my Australians. 5 feet long, they're about 3 feet tall, and
Yeah.
they're 2 feet deep as well.
Nice.
But they've got this much substrate.
Yeah. And then down here is
Same Kims, but the thing
smaller.
with Kims is they hide.
Yeah.
I would like to get Ackies. If I can get my hands on some red Ackies. Brandon. Okay, last stop. This is the mostly Rhacodactylus section. Beautiful lily white. Dropped his tail recently, so this is Pepperoni. So Pepperoni's a gorgeous red tricolor. And then his
classic
partner's name is
Preston.
Cheese. Pepperoni and Cheese is in like, I want to create babies that resemble pizza. Because I love pizza, so.
That just sounds like a crusty gecko breeding project.
That is literally the only reason why I got them is because of pizza, and this is pepperoni and cheese. This is a pizza line. This is just another female that I've had. Man, I bred her like 10 years ago, so she's been around for a long time. This is Charmander. I pair her with Garbanzo. The next one is Beansock. So
Okay.
Anthony True breeds these in California, and so I imported her 2 summers ago to pair with Captain Stubing. And then in size comparison, like, she's long, but she'll get longer.
And for point like reference, it'll probably be the size of like Justin's forearm or so.
Yeah.
So she's getting there, but still needs some weight put on her too. That'll come with age though. You said she's only a couple years old, isn't she?
Yeah, she's about 1.5 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good growth for a year and a half.
Psycho. She's cool. I don't know if I've named her.
Okay.
I need to write their names on them.
Name suggestions below.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could suggest it if you want. If I like it, maybe I'll take it. So this is the male that I'll breed to the female. The female looks similar, has less spotting.
That was the female you were talking about from up there, right?
Yeah, so this female.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, that, other than the adult Gasteropholis, that's what I've got. It's pretty shy. I think that's the male.
These are the parents to the babies that we showed earlier.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I like these a lot. They're like a, kind of like a monitor.
Like a tegu crossed with a monitor.
Yeah, they live in the trees.
Yeah. I just got some the emerald grass lizards,
Yeah, okay.
and they look so
What are they called? What's their like?
Tachydromus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tachydromus smaragdinus is theirs. And that wraps up the tour, you guys. Justin, I want to thank you very much for opening your home to my girlfriend and I and showing us the incredible room. I know I've been following Justin on social media for quite a while, where can they find you?
At CHAUK'S Exotics.
I'll leave a link in the description
Yeah.
for you guys to check out. Justin's an awesome guy. If you're looking for some Europlatus and various other things,
Yeah.
Gasteropholis now, I'm sure
Red-eyed
some of
tree
those will be
frogs.
for sale. Feeder food. Want to thank you very much for having us, and we'll catch you in the next video, guys.
Later.